What's up, guys? Cheers. How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Just want to jump on and do a quick live stream, taking your questions. Feel free to like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, tip, and donate below. Check out the website below, all my social media below, runninguntarot.com. Running Gun Tarot across all social media. Hope you guys are doing well. Haven't been on for a couple of days now. Just wanted to hop in and see what the astrology gods, what the tarot gods, the gods of quantum possibility. What's up, Jordan Wilson? Welcome. I have to say, just for overall energies, any info or takeaways that we need to know. I'm going to be doing collective readings, in between personal one-on-one readings. Just pulling up tarot.com. You can follow along astrologically. Enjoying my black coffee. We don't really get into the weeds with astrological aspects necessarily. We've been known from time to time to take a look at them. But right now I just want to take a look at the planetary alignment, see what's going on. I believe we had a full moon in Aries recently. Feel free to write questions in the comments as well. I'll get to them when I can. Try to pull up the astrology. Let's see what goes on here. Am I already on that page or what? Okay, well, we're waiting for that to load. We're going to pull out some preliminary tarot cards just to get a vibe for the day. Let's see what comes up. Spread of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. For those that are watching live on the playback, spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Those watching live on the playback, accepting tips and donations below as always. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Someone wants to come out here, spirit. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse position, first and foremost. This is about a reduction of options, coming out of confusion, coming out of chaos, seemingly. It's really, truly sticking to the tried and true in your life, but it's also refurbishing or repackaging that which is tried and true, and a little bit of that needs to come with perspective and realizing what real value and worth is, right? Because all the items in this card, they are seemingly items of value, right? You have the snake there, this is seduction, you have the mystery, the unknown, with a cloaked figure here, you have a pretty face. You have the ivory tower, the mansion on top of the hill. You have just pure jewels and luxury. But what really are those items if not kind of societally constructed, right? It's actually an externalization of what real value and worth is. You have the laurel wreath there representing, honors, high honors. And then you have sheer power is my interpretation of this kind of dragon in this chalice. But then again, even in this kind of very honors right here, there's a skull there, and that kind of leads you into starting to believe that upon face value, everything isn't what it seems to be. You have high honors in one regard, but as we know, life is transient. Life is this kind of constant, living, polygraph. If you ever see the kind of seismic, Richter scale, it's a live feed, it's a live line, and life is going to bring with it its plethora of ups and downs, or even periods of stability. Some would call stagnancy. But point being is that, any real kind of high honor or value, if given to you externally, it's just going to end up being reduced at the end of the day to a moment. Yes, it's a moment that we could reflect upon in hindsight fondly, but the real worth and substance of what you identify with has to come from within, and therein lies some real true kind of worth and value that can only be kind of given to yourself at the end of the day. Now, not for nothing, but the Seven of Cups in the reverse position points to the Six of Cups in the upright. This is about nostalgia. This is about innocence. This is about the purity of, being, the good that's in humanity. It's a lightheartedness, almost before the world of kind of worth and value. And yet, being the kind of magnificent creatures that we are, we end up entering a world of worth and value, and we lose that kind of innocence that's portrayed with the Six of Cups. And so with that comes the invitation to almost kind of travel between both worlds, right? Have an understanding, approximately of your own sense of externalized worth, but then with that hopefully reciprocated is this kind of mirrored internalized worth, if we are in the dimension of worth. No one's asking that you kind of walk, the earth with this kind of incessant, position of your own personal worth and value. Sometimes most times, you will have to move and operate without ego, without sense of self. And so you have this kind of paradox, these two different paradigms of the innocence of what I'm interpreting as presence, emotional balance, and then, a kind of false rainbow or light at the end of the tunnel with the Seven of Cups in the upright. And so I think in the kind of the more practical interpretation of all of this speaks to more so how are you valuing your time and your ability to kind of define wealth and value, or are you kind of existing, devaluing everything around you? Is not the interpretation of worth and value in the eye of the beholder ultimately. And so this to me is just a play on, are you seeing riches around you here and now? Because that ends up becoming your kind of everyday makeup and your interpretation of your environment, right? Are you degrading your environment, or are you looking upon it with kind of great wonder and awe? And when we do come to the phase or the stage of looking at, our everyday environment with great wonder and awe, is that not a reflection of a recognition of our ability to infinitely bestow value, infinitely multiply water into wine, infinitely, tap into, as Muji would call it, the celestial gem, the celestial jewel that you are. So to me, this is very fascinating because most of our lives we spend chasing external wealth, and we never really kind of see the gold mine that we're upon in and of itself. Okay, so for this to come out means to ultimately for this to come out in the reverse position ultimately means to come out of distraction as well. And to get into that kind of more play, celebratory state of the Six of Cups, where you're not constantly searching outside of yourself. You give a kid a cardboard box, and they make do with their imagination, and they, make unfathomable things out of their own kind of creativity. Okay. Guys, if you want to tip or donate, I'll be more than likely to read for you. Okay. So tip or donate below, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I usually charge $2 a minute, so feel free to do that. Or you can always reach out for a personal one-on-one reading. All my contact info is on runaguntarot.com, or just hit me up on social media. What's up, B? What's up, Jordan Wilson? What's up, Sahu? What up, Triswari? What's up, Carmelve? What's up, Zariah? Like I said, guys, I'll be more likely to answer your questions if you tip or donate. I want this to be a kind of incentivized reciprocal exchange. And also, while I'm in between handling personal questions, I just want to kind of pontificate a little bit out loudly about what we're seeing here in the cards, so that there's also content for people on the playback to be able to kind of benefit from. So before we started kind of just speaking out loud to some of the tarot that we pulled out, I want to look a little bit at some of the astrological movements here. We have the Sun in Leo. It's leaving Leo on the 22nd, so for another 4 days. And then we're moving into more of a disciplined Virgo. Leo kind of symbolizes the summertime, so we're ending the summer, moving more so into that kind of in preparation for the winter with Virgo energy, sixth house astrologically. The moon is in Taurus. The moon moves rather fast, in a couple of days, but you do tend to kind of feel the ebbs and the flows depending on the illumination as well. We recently had a full moon, I believe, in I don't know if it was Pisces or Aries. Moon in Taurus, this is more so about practicality. Okay, there could be a little bit of stubbornness, more dragging along. Although there tends to be kind of favorable aspects with the moon in Taurus, the earth sign being more so of a water element planet. It could bring with it a little bit of a drudgery, especially after the full moon, where much is illuminated, and maybe even leading to further questions. Mercury is communication, who's near you, and local living arrangements, environments. The divinator from quantum potential is Mercury, the messenger of the gods, into a home sign of Virgo, one of its home signs, Virgo Gemini. And so, with that being said, there's a communication of order here. More so getting structuralized. It's very much so a back to school type feeling, Mercury and Virgo, since earlier this August. So this is preparation indeed. Okay. Um, Venus, planet of love, money. It's in Leo, rambunctious Leo. Home signs typically for Venus are Libra and Taurus. Libra being a cardinal air, and on the other end, on the fall side, and then Taurus on the spring side, being a fixed earth. Leo being a fixed fire. And so that kind of juxtaposition between where it wants to be, Venus and Taurus, its home alignment, is kind of an interesting movement. Fire signs are typically more rambunctious, attractive to the eye, lures attention, can be passionate, fiery, exuberant, a little unhinged at times. Leo kind of typically playful, dramatic, curious, childlike. So this is a playful nature in regards to love. It can be a little bit cause for more flexibility when it comes to finances as well, not as rigid, but again, when Venus begins to move into Virgo around the 4th of September, you might see a little bit of a more rigidness, a little bit more tightening up of things around, work or just overall, tip-top shape around the ship, so to speak. So right now, with Venus and Leo, there's a more kind of casual, playful, it's not cuffing season, as it were, quite yet. People are still kind of meandering in love, and I even think in money and finances, there's more of a kind of casual lamaze, or malaise, I should say, if that's the right word, with Venus and Leo here. But again, come September time, things are going to kind of more so tighten up, I would think, with Venus moving into Virgo. Let's see. Mars and Taurus. Mars is typically about action. Taurus is second house, materialism, how we generate income. So there's been a consistency there, a little bit of a doldrum dreariness as well if things get repetitive. From July 4th to August 20th, so we're going to be leaving Taurus. We're going to be moving into a much more kind of charismatic energy, I would think. Gemini, an air sign, something more malleable. Okay, so don't be surprised if you find yourself in a position of a more kind of less rigid, less boring, more of a malleable, in a couple days here with Mars moving into Gemini. I would even say that you might find yourself moving into the next chapter of what you feel is that kind of life purpose, that kind of extra special, magical, Gemini energy, a la the Magician card, which is a representation of Gemini in the tarot, as above, so below. So dividing your highest of highs into the earthly realm. And so you're going to want to kind of get back to that more fun, playful, exuberant. We mentioned this with the Seven of Cups in reverse here. Sometimes this brings more so a chaotic energy. And so this is a kind of narrowing down. How do I meet and merge play and fun with kind of that which can benefit me and that which can allow me to co-create with the universe? And so you may find yourself incorporating more of that regime or regiment in your day-to-day, and starting to kind of see and really realize where you are empowered and what you can work on and what you could chip away at, and what you're really willing to do in a more kind of consistent fashion. And I think that mixed with Mercury and Virgo kind of lets you bleed a little bit into um, the kind of rigidity that's needed to kind of set a good precedent, moving into Virgo season, along with the Sun moving into Virgo around the 22nd. So, you know, where the rigidity of Taurus leaves off on the 20th of August this year, the kind of more, okay, how do I, with Virgo being on the other side of Gemini as well, both being, representative in tandem with the planet Mercury, channeling as above, so below, the Magician card. We're moving from one Earth sign. It's almost as if the baton is being handed to the next Earth sign in line, which is Virgo. And it's so beautiful how astrology does that, because we are, in effect, having this balance of something fixed and practical, and yet now we are allowed to move more so into something that's more flexible, yet retaining the kind of importance of what's practical, with this kind of fellow, next door neighbor, cousin, Earth sign that is from Taurus to Virgo. So you do see this baton being passed off. If you're finding work or your actions, routine, becoming a little monotonous or dreary with Mars and Taurus, from July 4th to August 20th, then expect that to change, and expect that to become, you can even see a lightening of a load, and lightening more so of the more kind of grounded, heavier earth energies, for that being traded for more of a kind of flexible, lightened energy of Virgo. Okay, which is quite interesting, because it's almost as if you're lightening up a load here for yourself personally. You're working smarter instead of harder. Okay, you're trading the kind of rough and tumble, hard, durable energy for Mars and Taurus, for this more kind of, if Taurus is a fixed sign and Virgo is, excuse me, it slips my mind what Virgo is. It'll come to me. A mutable sign. Virgo being a mutable energy, where it's more kind of go with the flow, go in the rhythm, go again, that handing off of the baton that I spoke to with Mars and Taurus. And so it's almost as if like when a rocket shuttle, a space shuttle, releases its gas tank canisters. And so now your load is lightened because you've already generated and accumulated all the momentum that you need leaving the summertime season. Hopefully you've actually consistently put in the work and effort during the summertime. You didn't take too much time off, but now you're more kind of in preparation for, okay, how do I lighten that load? Because with the summertime energy with Mars and Taurus, you were able to get away with maybe a more kind of dreary, heavy energy, because you have the Sun in Leo, right? So yes, you have these kind of more practical actions, but at least it's the summertime, and at least we could kind of package it in this kind of fifth house, playful, fun way. But now more so with Mars moving into Virgo, Mercury in Virgo, and the Sun moving into Virgo, now we're actually going to see a lightening up of that load, as it were. Okay. So I just want to continue to run through this a little bit. So now moving into Jupiter and Aries. Jupiter's been in Aries since May 10th of this year. It's going to be moving into Pisces October 27th. Okay, so look for Jupiter to typically in its home sign of Sagittarius, but I do feel as though that there's a complementary feel with Jupiter moving into Pisces. Pisces home sign is typically Neptune, but again with Jupiter being a benevolent heavenly body, Pisces being again that mutable energy, I feel as though that Pisces provides the kind of the looseness needed for Jupiter to really kind of manifest and create. If you want to look at the planets as the actors on the stage, and the sign that they're in is the role, right? The role of Pisces. It's a mutable water sign, so it's going to kind of go similar to Virgo, but more so in the realm of emotion, that which you could kind of tap into spiritually as well. So look for a lot of growth emotionally and spiritually with Jupiter and Pisces, but we're still in Aries until October. So, Jupiter has also been helping you kind of carve out your empire, essentially, being in Aries from May to October. Let me see here. And of course, I believe if you're reading this from Eastern astrology, yes, I think maybe Jupiter might even be in Pisces already. Jupiter and Pisces can bring about this kind of hermetic stance as well, because Pisces can be more so of an introspective spiritual journey as well at times, that 12th house energy. But Aries being the kind of first house identity of self, the persona, okay, the mask of self, expanding upon that. There could be some philosophical introspection and inquiry as well as to where your next steps are, and is this territory useful in my empire? And what is really kind of salvageable in me trying to kind of carve out this particular territory. Jupiter's expansion, luck, abundance. It can speak to righteousness, law, philosophy, travel. But it being in Aries, it has the role of expanding upon your own identity. Okay, and it's going to do so in rather a kind of hard-knocked, hard stance, big kind of way, I would say, which isn't always easy when ego and identity is involved. I'm getting a live call here, so feel free to be a fly on the wall as I take this call. Hi, this is Dylan. Hey. Yes, of course. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me take a look for you. 1 moment. I'm just going to shuffle the deck really quick so I can pick up the energies. So. I don't see proposal at the moment. I do not see proposal. No, I do not. But with that being said, I would think that there's room to kind of reconsider. I understand, your fears. I think that, as long as you communicate that to him as well, that can be kind of fruitful, so at least you guys know, what you're basing your actions and decisions on. But the Page of Wands is here in the upright position, so to me this is a card of travel, relocation, and it would suggest, reconsidering, some of your worries and fears of moving in together. Because there also is a practical side in spending time with each other in that way and living together. So it's a matter of perspective. But to answer your question, no, I don't see that proposal. But I do wonder that this person. Yeah, go ahead. Let me see. No, I'm not seeing that either. I feel as though that, with the King of Pentacles in reverse, I just feel as though that this person needs to kind of see things in action. They need to kind of tangibly see that you guys work together. And I think that for them, yeah. No, I'm not seeing, in love. That's not to say that there's not love there, but I'm just getting more so of like a grounded, practical aspect from this person at the moment. To me, to be in love, I think is somewhat of actually like a blinder. So it's not necessarily a negative thing that we're not seeing that this person is. Huh? No, I'm actually saying more than that. I'm saying that this person is actually kind of seeing clearly. It's a more mature lens through which this person is, I think, viewing you. To be in love with someone, I think, is somewhat of an immature kind of approach, actually. Because that means that you are not seeing clearly. You're not seeing something from a practical, clear basis. So I would even question your need to want this person to be in love with you in that sense, versus a more kind of practical, tangible expression of love, which is more mature. So, no, I'm saying that your fears are immature, and that you should, maybe trust and invest in this person, that they want to kind of make a practical step and actually try to gain evidence for if you guys are a match or not. So, let me see. Man, you get these callers. These callers. So, anyway, What were we talking about? Guys, donate, tip, and I'll answer your questions. Um, See, all the Tarot Destroyer is doing is trying to implant like fear, and yeah, I don't play that. Zariah, let me see if your donation is there. Let's see. Oh, sweet. Okay, Zariah donated. Someone to answer her question. She was saying, may I know if I will build wealth and become a millionaire in the future? The Justice card is out here. So for me, this suggests that there is a fairness of balance and work, and depending on what you put into it, will be, essentially what you're going to be able to take from it. I would say, yeah, I don't see any reason as to why. But also with this Justice card in the upright, to me, I feel as though that there's a semblance of, we spoke to that kind of like movement from the heavier energies to the lighter energies of Virgo, and then of course after Virgo is Libra. So this is a cardinal air sign. So this has a lot to do with the throat chakra, with communication, higher-minded values and essentials. And so with it doesn't come the drudgery of working hard or toiling. It's more so this kind of removed communicative way. It's almost an ingenious methodology behind generating your wealth and income. And also not normally associated with the Justice card is the semblance of, that kind of all-spark, that magic, so to speak. But remember, we're going into Virgo season. So that with it in and of itself brings a certain sense of that kind of magician manifestation air with it to that Virgo season. So as to say that by Libra season, the Justice card, I find that as long as you are kind of sincere in your seeking, in your searching, not only for the riches and not only for the building of your wealth, but to the extent that you're able to do so in this kind of, how would you say, like a playful way, a playful co-creative way with the universe, Zariah. So, yeah, I would say yes to that. And the fact that it came out in the upright position as well is always a good sign. So yeah, guys, donate, and I'll answer your questions. You give more, you get more. Okay. So please, Sunny Truth, if you want your question answered, donate, and I'll answer it. This is an incentivized, reciprocal communication here. Get some more coffee. Be right back, guys. Sorry, guys. Just comb my hair back a little bit because it was getting crazy. Okay. Paula McKinney. Okay. Thank you so much for sending 10. I just got it. Is there any topic in particular that you want to start with or ask about, Maria? A specific question, or we could just see what cards come out. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages. Thank you, Maria. She just sent 10 over Cash App. General reading, but as always, if you jump in with questions or a specific scenario, it always helps in terms of getting the most out of the reading. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Let's see what comes out for Loria. Thank you so much. She sent 10 over Cash App. Just shuffling the cards, picking up. What wants to come up for Loria, Spirit? What wants to come up for Loria? We have the Empress in reverse. This is Taurus or Libra energy. This is a giving birth energy as well. We spoke a lot about moving from Virgo into Libra season. But first and foremost, we have to enter Virgo season from Leo. But I do feel as though that upon that kind of Libra season energy, which is more fall time, you're going to see something new emerge in your life. Something that you've been kind of working on. The Empress is the mother of the tarot, so this speaks to somewhat of a gestation period, something that you've been growing, that I believe is going to be coming to fruition upon that Libra season. Now, as far as the exact dates of Libra season, we can look them up. We have September 22nd to October 22nd. So I believe it's going to be a window in time for you, Loria, or something emerges. Something that started even, I would think, let's see, I'm trying to think. I wouldn't be surprised if something started around that Taurus season as well, although not exactly that 9-month period for that metaphor of, childbirth and gestation. The Empress is the mother of the tarot, so she's representing being with child. But this is more of a proverbial, I believe, a window in time between that Taurus season, which is again around April 21st to about May 22nd. April 22nd to about May 23rd, give or take a day. And so it could be that something started around the springtime and that is actually kind of coming to fruition upon that Libra season. It's not something that you were able to rush or force. I just saw the Magician card flash in the reverse position. So it's not something that you were able to kind of speed up or manifest. It had to wait and take its kind of sweet time. Now, the Ace of Cup in the upright position for me, and feel free to jump in, Loria, if you have anything to add. To me, this could be read as an emotional offer. This is an offer of peace or solace. Okay, something that might quell your fears. I wouldn't even put it past it being involving finances or money or new employment. If you are in the market looking for a new relationship as well, this could be that. Because again, When we're talking the Empress, we're talking in regards to matters revolving around love and money. Okay, that Venus ruled energy here. So that's her ruling planet. And so for the fact that something involving a cup, there is a lot of emotional association with finances and currency as well, and your financial setup and situation. But nonetheless, the cups are about emotion, and they rule emotion. So for this to apply to finances, it could easily apply to relation and being offered this newness. In any event, we know that there's something new coming around this Libra time here, because aces represent newness. I would also mention that Scorpio is closely related to that kind of Libra territory, which is, again, that fall season. And Scorpio being a water present sign, to me, just confirms that something is going to be going around this fall season. Let's see. Spirit, can you clarify what's to come? Can you clarify what is this that we're waiting on? Is this money related? Is this romance related? Is this a new start? In what field? In what category? What are we talking about, Spirit? Okay, so this is the sun sign in the upright. I almost want to say that this could be, I don't know if you have children already, I don't know if someone is expecting a grandchild, but this is a child here. The sun card, this does represent, youth, innocence, straight up. Someone could be having a baby, someone could be, depending on where you're at in life, what stage in life, this could be a grandchild, or this could be someone bringing a child into the world, which is very beautiful. And the fact that the Empress is here, the mother perpetually of the tarot, and then the grandchild here. So there could be some good news in regards to a grandchild. If the grandchild is starting school, bringing home good grades, it just depends on where you're at. But there could be a new childbirth as well. Let me see what wants to come on. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit? That wants to be seen or known or heard here. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles. So the Pentacles, to me, represent finances, stability, durability. This can also be interpreted as Virgo season, which we're entering pretty soon after the 22nd of this month. To me, this is a new financial offer. This could be a new job. This could be some sort of financial opportunity. This could even be being compensated to watch over children, take care of children, something of that nature as well. Spirit, can you clarify? Spirit, can you clarify this Ace of Pentacles? Okay, there's going to be a crossroad decision here. It could be multiple opportunities. On either end, you have something that you really don't see a future with the Two of Wands in the reverse. And then, of course, on the other side of this kind of crossroad decision with the Two of Swords in the upright is that kind of, trying to decide what best path to take next. But I feel as though that, even though you will be, again, Two of Swords is Libra energy as well, so this is another confirmation of, how would you say, around that Libra time, you will be presented with this kind of newness here. Also, for some reason, I'm thinking of like the age of retirement. I don't know if that comes, or an early retirement. I don't know if that comes into play here. But there's going to be one opportunity that you don't see a future with, and then there's going to be another opportunity that you feel is way more fair, way more balanced. You got a lot of Libra energy coming out here. So this kind of Libra season from September to October, late September to late October, around the 22nd of both months, that window between, you're going to get an opportunity, though, this kind of crossroads decision The Justice card, this represents legalities, fairness, something very balanced, something that balances your heart and your mind. Um, but it is going to be a decision that you have to make. But I find that it's going to be a fairly easy decision as well. Spirit, can you clarify? Spirit, can you clarify? Okay. I'm getting that you're going to have like the best of both worlds. There's going to be something that you could kind of shed kindness and warmth onto with the King of Wands in reverse, but then something that kind of makes sense and is practical. And then also there's like a strong backing behind whatever this decision is. This is being publicly acknowledged or in favor of those publicly, in the public eye as well. So if you're not understanding or if you're not resonating with this, don't worry. It might just mean that, we're talking about the future now. So if you're not kind of resonating with this, then it's because it might just be outside of your purview right now. Spirit, anything else lastly that you'd want to speak to, or I also kind of get this kind of coming out of conflict or avoiding conflict through kindness and warmth. The Five of Wands is here, so for me that's almost a temptation to want to throw your hat in a ring of conflict, but instead I see that you're just walking away. You're focused more so on happiness, maybe the happiness of your grandchildren, maybe just kind of seeing your position from this kind of bird's eye view instead of getting kind of muddled down in the works of things. You're more so taking the high road, even on the side of fairness and justice, is what I'm seeing here. Mystic Slot Queen, free to tip or donate, and I'll be more likely to give you a reading here. I just want this to be a reciprocal kind of give and take. There needs to be some incentive behind giving these readings out as well. Let's see, anything else for Luria? Spirit gratitude, joy, love, my highest possible messages. And Luria, feel free if you want to jump in and ask anything specific or add anything. Just want to make sure that you get your money's worth as well. Okay. So with the Temperance card in the reverse, there could be a sense of delay, or maybe feeling like you're not in divine timing, but not to worry. That's usually just our ego. At times you could be feeling like you're spinning your wheels or not making progress. But again, for me, this energy, the Knight of Wands in reverse, is about healthy expression. Thank you so much, Luria, for confirming the accuracy. To me, this is just about healthy expression, okay? Whether it's time or energy that you have on hand, that you have on deck, as long as you're focused and directed, you're going to be A-okay, regardless of any sense of feeling like you're not at the right place or the right time. Remember, that's only just the ego that could think that, okay? You're really always in your divine time here. This is just about a continuation of expression. Yes, this is kind of a workout card. This could be running, yoga, swimming, whatever wave you're on nowadays. But if you continue to kind of perpetually have those healthy outlets of expression, okay, then you will kind of, get to where you're wanting to go here. Again, we're going to be moving more so into the kind of analytical seasons. So just for like a real lame impromptu example, but an example nonetheless, say you're on like a weight loss journey, something as simple as and calculated as like, buying a scale, for instance, or, say you're in the business of, you sell jewelry, and you take it out and you show them at like public vending sites, but, you want to lock down more so on like, security, and you want to make sure that, nobody is getting away with any merchandise. you're going to be thinking of certain kind of ways of like utilizing that more attention to detail with this Virgo and Libra season. But what I'm getting, or to go back to the example of like if someone's on a weight loss journey, like using a scale to like track, really get down to the micro minutia of where you want to be, which is what adds up to a bigger victory. So the Ace of Wands here is that victory. This is a card of victory, but this is victory through using that analytical detail that sometimes gets swept under the rug, but makes all the difference. So whether it's calorie counting or just tracking your progress, that's more so what it's about. But it does speak to victory nonetheless. So thank you so much, Luria. You're amazing. Thank you for donating. Tiffany just donated as well. Thank you so much. $5 there as well. You guys are kicking butt today, man. I love you guys. I can't do this without you guys. Thank you so much. So this is for Tiffany, aka Sunny Truth, I believe. She says, my question is, are my hunches correct about someone I know hacking my devices? Let me take a look at it for you. Let me just get a quick shuffle so I can pick up the energies for you. One moment. Just checking these tabs here. Make sure these are going. I'm going to answer Tiffany's question in a second. Okay, let's take a look at Tiffany. Yeah, Maria, feel free to rewatch the video. We're at the 1 hour mark. Okay, so if you want to go back and rewatch it, just remember that I gave your reading at about the 1 hour mark. Okay, so you can watch this on the replay as well. Yeah, there's always definitely something to kind of rewatch and reinterpret. And of course, if you have any other follow-up questions, you could feel free to reach out and ask, since you were so nice to make a generous offering. Thank you so much, Luria. Sunny, yes, apologies for that. Sunny, let me see here. My question is, are my hunches correct about someone I know hacking my devices? Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time regarding Sunny's question. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time regarding Sunny's question. People hacking into her devices potentially. Now, what I will be looking for is, in particular, the Seven of Swords card, because that does typically represent sneaky behavior, doing things that you shouldn't be doing, going places that you shouldn't be going. The technological aspect is also represented through the swords. So I wouldn't be surprised if a sword came out. I will actually be using that as confirmation that somebody is possibly sneaking into your devices here. Let me see, Spirit, can you clarify Sunny's question? Spirit, gratitude, joy, love, and light. Well, immediately the Sun card for me is out here. This speaks to bringing forth something to illumination here, possibly causing imbalance with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I do see the sword energy here. These are the two sword energies that came out for you, Sunny. So I just want to talk to this a little bit. The sword for me does represent technology. The Eight of Swords in the reverse, this is coming out of worry or concern. The Five of Swords in the upright is this kind of not playing fair. This is conflict here. These offset to the Three of Swords in reverse, though, which is about coming out of sadness and loss. This is a kind of trying to get a feel for on either end of the equation. Let me see if anything else wants to come out to clarify, yes or no. Has somebody been hacking into her devices, Spirit? Has someone been hacking into her devices? Okay, very interesting, very interesting. I am kind of getting this confirmation here. I do believe that someone has been. When I ask directly yes or no, the Three of Swords comes out in the upright position. So I do feel as though, and this is a cause for sadness, concern, heartbreak, loss even, so maybe feeling as though something has been taken away from you. It's very interesting because the Three of Swords was offset here, the 8 in reverse plus the 5 in the upright, to me read as the Three of Swords in reverse. So this is eventually coming out of this cause for concern, eventually coming out of this sense of imbalance here. The fact that you're kind of also, thank you for following up with that information, the fact that you're asking with a romantic interest in mind, as we know, the heart is the sign of romance here with the Three Swords piercing at the technological aspect. This could be technology as well. So I really do feel as though that it's quite possible that someone has been logged into your account. What's up, Rara? It's quite possible that someone may have retrieved some passwords and may have been doing some funny business, which has been cause for this reason of imbalance. Sunny. So I would confirm that. But, with the same sense, the same token, the Sun card is in the upright position. So I do see yourself kind of removing this circumstance and maybe even replacing passwords or technologies and kind of boning up on security as well with the Sun card in the upright. So getting away from this. So Sunny, let me know if there's anything else that I could answer. Thank you so much for sending $5 my way. Thank you again, Maria. Is it the person I have in mind? Let me see. Guys, if you send a tip or a donation, people have been sending $10, people have been sending $5, people have been sending as little as $2. If you want to tip or donate, I will answer your question. I got a Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo below. Thank you so much. Can't do this without you guys. I want this to be an incentivized exchange, providing content. I read for the general collective in between one-on-one questions. All I ask is that you provide a little bit something for the one-on-one questions. So Rara, Alex, El Cleo, if you wouldn't mind sending a donation below, I'll be more likely to answer your question. In fact, I will get to your question. Sunny asks, is it the person that I have in mind? Sunny already sent her tip, so I'm going to be answering her question. Sunny says, is it the person that I have in mind? Let me see here. Spirit, can you try to answer that? Yes, Sunny, I'm getting a confirmation that yes, it is the person that you have in mind. It could be someone, you mentioned a romantic connection, so it could be someone that you previously had a romantic union with, that you were hoping to grow and expand with, someone close, near, and dear to home here with the Hermit in reverse. That's how I read that. And then this is kind of an offer here with the Ace of Pentacles. It came out in the upright position, so I read that as a yes. This is that person that you have in mind. Okay. Ratika, feel free to send a tip or a donation and I'll answer your question. Hey, what's up, Queen T Energy? Just taking questions for those that tip and donate. Doing well. I might actually change my contact here because my contact is bugging me, so I'll be back. 1 second. Thanks for waiting, guys. I was working with my contacts. I got new contacts that I'm wearing. Yes, taking donations for questions. Queen T Energy. What's up, Debbie? Please donate or tip, and I'll answer your question. Queen T, if you're still there, feel free to send a tip or a donation, and I'll answer your question. Or for whoever is there still in the chat room. Thanks for being patient. I just was having issues with my contact, so I was replacing my right contact lens in my right eye just now. So yeah, I might log off if nobody's left with any questions. I've been on for about an hour and a half. But I thank you guys so much for participating today. You guys are great. Okay, guys, feel free to reach out for a one-on-one reading. Love and light to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I might jump on again tomorrow. Have a good one.